Right. So just slightly checking the weather. Jesus Christ. Fuck. Right. So I have finished Coraline. This was actually pretty good. I thought it was going to be terrifying because the movie's horrifying, and also but I did read it last night in bed and this morning in bed as well, and no nightmares. I was fine. So I think the movie was just particularly terrifying. It is actually a child's book after all. So anyway, that was my book that scares me or whatever. I think that was the fourth one. That's the fourth one in the readathon. So 2 left. I'm probably actually, if I stay on track like this, I will probably finish my books for the readathon and everything before the time. I have a whole week left and just 2 books left. The 2 that I have left is the one with the villain, which I'm going to read Vicious, V.E. Schwab, for that one. And then the other one is the group book, which is either Serpent and something, which I'm not going to read, and Hocus Pocus and the all-new sequel, which I heard was horrendously bad, but I'm still optimistic. I feel like I'm still excited. I don't have it in book form, I only have it in audiobook, so that's going to be today's work assignment. Oh my god, it is horrendous outside. Like, this body condom thing, my mom and I got this at the Alaska Fisherman store back home. Like, it is not fucking around. Bring it on, rain. Also, I have like the most horrendous luck with it. Like, every time I wear it, basically, it ends up being like really sunny and warm, and I look like a tit just like riding my bike along, like really sweaty and hot, and everyone's like in t-shirts and like sunglasses. So, and then I think, oh, remember that last time I really effed myself, and think, oh, is it really gonna rain? And don't wear it, and then it just like pours it down on me. So God, what did I just say? It's not even raining now. It was absolutely pissing down approximately 5 minutes ago. I've got the whole thing on and it has stopped raining. It's probably not going to rain now for the whole time until I get to work. Guys, I'm here and it still hasn't rained. Oh my god. This radiator is killing it. I'm just gonna have my coffee break here, I think. But yeah, this Hocus Pocus sequel isn't too bad so far. Like, basically it's just like a play-by-play of the movie, you know? Like, it's starting about like a bit earlier than the movie, you know, giving us a bit more like in-depth sort of back history and character interaction. But basically I did watch the movie yesterday and the day before that, and sort of like watching the movie again, but through my headphones. You know, it's not ideal. But so far it's nowhere near as bad as I sort of hoped it wouldn't be. I'll be more excited to get to like the sequel part, I think, like the part that's supposed to be the now instead of the 1993. I think I can make that happen today. It's a rainy, make a whole audiobook happen sort of day. Lunch. Okay, so yeah, basically this Hocus Pocus book is just basically rehashing the movie word for word, which is super annoying. Except they're sort of throwing in little bits of extras, like, oh, how Winifred Sanderson felt with her mother, and blah blah, and oh, how the brother and sister feel about each other, and the one's really brave and he didn't realize blah blah blah. Like, it just feels weird. Like the book's like trying to give depth to the bullies as well. Like, oh, I'm supposed to be looking out for my bully friend because he's younger than me. Like, come on. Like, those are 2D characters for a reason. I think I'm gonna like it a little bit better. Like, it's coming to the end of the first part now, and it's gonna start the sequel soon. So I'm hoping that I'll like it a bit better then. Guys, look what I just inherited at work. The guy whose office we got these from was obsessed with Diana. He had about 1,000 of these ones about her. Okay, this one looks really good, actually. The subversive power of children's literature. Okay, so I suppose I'm not hating this sequel to Hocus Pocus now. Like, it's a bit, I don't know how I feel. It's the daughter of the girl and Max Dennison or whatever from the first one. So this girl's in high school and she's like, I have to pretend like my parents and my aunt don't believe that the Sanderson sisters came back to life 25 years ago and tried to kill them. And like at the end of the last book, like just the normal Hocus Pocus one, the book, like the book with the eyeball in it, like flies out of the house. So I don't think that happened in the movie. Maybe it happened in the credits, but I think it's something new to the book, just so that they could make a sequel. But the book with the eyeball in it flies out of the house and goes looking for Winifred Sanderson. And apparently there's also now an Elizabeth Sanderson, who's like another sister, but she was like a good sister. I don't know. I don't like all these like extra additions. Like, they couldn't come up with enough for a sequel just with the info they had, so they had to like add in extra stuff as if they weren't just adding it in. And they've got the black flame candle in a vault, and now she's just in high school and she has like really normal high school problems, like her best friend or whatever. Everyone thinks that he and some girl are gonna be together, but really the daughter, like the Dennison daughter, actually likes this girl and has a crush on her, but she doesn't think that that girl would ever date her. But I'm not really hating it, I just don't know how I feel about the additions. Also, yes, I'm in a cemetery, how fitting. It's just the easiest way to get from my work to my kid's school, but I feel like it's perfect for the setting. Right, I'm listening to this audiobook now and making tofu nuggets. It's like chicken nuggets, but it's tofu. Basically, I don't know how I feel about this book. Like, I think I'm starting to hate it. Like, it's just getting a bit too much. Like, they've gone to the Sanderson house, like they were told not to, obviously. And they've made some sort of Ouija board so they can speak to the dead, and they've sort of accidentally conjured the sisters back. But the parents, so Allison and Max, the teenagers from the first movie, their parents now, they've come to the house to get their daughter and her friends who went to do this stupid like raising of the dead or whatever. And they got caught up in it all, and Winifred Sanderson now says that they're in hell. Ugh, like, what? Like, when was that ever a thing? Anyway, her friend, Isabella, like the girl that she has a crush on, has now been turned into a terrier because the person as an animal character worked so well in the first one, they've now just got to completely replicate it as a thing. I don't know, like, I'm, you know, open-minded about things. I'm not gonna, like, totally write it off. Obviously gonna listen to it to the end because what else the hell am I gonna do on a Monday? But, you know, I'm relatively annoyed now. But it was super cute. And when's after school club, I went to pick her up and she was talking to, like, one of the minders there about Hocus Pocus. She was, like, telling her, like, oh, we watched Hocus Pocus, it's so good, they were witches. And the girl's like, oh, I've seen that movie. She's like, you've seen that movie? Like, everyone thinks she has a monopoly on Hocus Pocus. What, Baba?
I want baby, but I can't find her.
I'm gonna go look for baby. Okay, y'all. I feel like quite a lot of you will not be surprised that I've just finished the Hocus Pocus book, and it was like I heard that it was really bad, but I really wanted it to be good because I love Hocus Pocus so much, and I feel like it does need an update, you know. 1993 was ages ago. I was like, what, 6? Like 5 for the majority of that year. It needs a bit of a redo. Like, they're talking about doing a sequel, and I'm really behind that, you know, as long as I do it well. I really wanted this, like, book sequel to be really good, or at least just not total shit. But yeah, it wasn't very good. Like, they had to basically, like, redo the best parts of the old movie again in a slightly different way, like, you know, the animal friend that is a person trapped in an animal, you know, even like the little things like the writing on the vacuum, you know, they couldn't just write on a vacuum because they didn't have a broom. They had to write on a load of different things, you know, a Roomba, a mop, blah blah, like they had to keep doing it. Like, and this just sort of reminds me of, like, it doesn't happen so much here in the UK, but back home, like a TV show will be really good and people will really love it, and the networks and the producers and all of the people making money on the show will refuse to let it go, to let it sort of die at the top. They need to just ride it out until it can make them no more money at all. And it just, like, you know, seasons later are just crap because they're just trying to squeeze everything they can out of it, you know, like Buffy and stuff, like amazing at the beginning, just horrendous at the end. And it was sort of like that, you know, just trying too hard. Like, they had to sort of invent this, like, new modern witch character that didn't work properly. Like, there was a scene where they were, like, throwing lightning bolts at each other. Like, was this Harry Potter? No. And, like, I know that the movie is, you know, not, like, cinema gold, you know. It's not gonna win any film awards, and never did. But it's still good in itself. Like, weirdly, it's, like, cult good. Whereas this book, it just missed it. It missed all the marks, and it, like, tried too hard, basically. Like, also, of course, the ending had to prepare you for another sequel. Again, no one will let things that are good just die when they're at the top. They need to milk them and milk them and milk them. Like, they see this opportunity to make more money on Hocus Pocus, and they just refuse to give it up. So that was the group book that I read. That was the 5th book that I read. I only have 1 left for the readathon. Yes, bitches. So the last one, and I think I'm actually going to read it a bit tonight. Like, it's super late, but I do still want to get started on it. Like, I was trying to, like, do my best to get through the Hocus Pocus one because I actually do really want to start Vicious by V.E. Schwab. So this is the one that has, like, a villain main character, and I'm pretty sure that this whole book is just about villains. Like, it's not even just one main character villain, it's that they're all villains, even the good guys, is what I heard. So I don't really know anything else other than that. Besides, I did really love the Darker Shades of Magic series. It was like 3 books in the series, and I really liked that one, so I really like V.E. Schwab. Like, I'm really excited to get started on this one, so I'm gonna start it now and see how far I get. But it's the last one, and I have basically an entire week to get through it. So actually, I'm not gonna get through it as fast as I would do normally because I don't have the audiobook for it. I can't find it anywhere really. So I have to sort of spend quite a lot of my time in work. Lame. So it may take me this whole week to get through it, but power forward, bitches.
Yeah. It's up to you.
Oh my god, guys. Basically, my bike got totally effed this morning. Like, the coggy bit thing, you know, like the thingy where the chain, like, goes, it popped all the way off. And also I had a flat tire, like, because when it rains it pours. I walked out this morning late for work and realized it was completely unrideable. So I was like, well, what the hell am I gonna do? It's Tuesday, I gotta go to work, and then I gotta do some errands and stuff at lunch, and then I gotta go all the way to my kid's school, get my kid, bring her back, feed her, go to my Welsh class between the time that my husband gets home and 10 minutes later when the Welsh class starts. It's a big day. I need my bicycle and I was having a panic. So I arranged for everything at work to be like, okay, I'll come in an hour early tomorrow and I'll leave an hour early today. I'll take my lunch, I'll lump it together, I'll leave at 2. And then hopefully, dear God, sometime between 2 and 5, I can get somebody to fix this bike. So it's 2:45 and I'm at home. Punk Bikes, ladies and gentlemen, is the real deal. They're amazing humans. I called all these places. I called Evan Cycles. I called this other place that's near my work. I called this other place that's near my kid's school. I was like, I need to find somewhere near to where I am or where I'm going. Get my bike fixed. And they were like, next week. Can't do it now. Maybe by Friday. No, can't do it. Gotta be today. So Punk Bikes, where I got the bike in the first place, where they were amazing humans the first time and like watched my kid and got me an amazing bike for super cheap and were super chill. I should have just gone straight to them. I don't know what I was thinking. I think because it was like outside of my like normal route. It wasn't anywhere near me or my kid's school. And I was like, ooh, called them in the end. They're just like, yeah, come in. Like I think on the phone while I was doing it, the guy was like eating a sandwich. It was like, yeah, whatever, come in. Like chill as hell, okay? Got there. Showed him the bike, didn't even have to explain anything. Just gave him the bike. He was like, yeah, I got it sorted. Okay, between 2 o'clock when I left work, got there around 2:15, 2:30-ish, roughly, leaving there to come home. I have like an hour and a half before I even need to think about going up to get my kid after school. Like, think I'm gonna have some crisps, man, and a soda. You know, gonna read this book. I was reading it a bit in the store, but obviously I haven't gotten to it really that much. I got a job, man. I gotta make some money. But basically, yeah, so I'm early into it. I'm gonna read this book. I'm gonna have some Palm Bears, probably. Me and some Palm Bears and some soda and some book. And just enjoy the awesomeness that the chillness of Punk Bikes has brought me. I just like have all the feels for those guys. If you're in Cardiff, just, you know, send them some fan mail or something, okay? Walk by their thing and go, God bless you, human being. You're a lovely person. What up, Maisie? She's so lazy. She doesn't even greet me at the door. Okay, y'all. This one is good. It's starting out with him like in a cemetery and he's picked up some like 12-year-old girl as like, I don't know, a sidekick or something. They're digging up a body. I don't really know what that's about, but it's intriguing. Also, there's flashbacks to him and his best friend in high school. And I think if I remember, this is where the villain stuff comes in because the best friend is like going in to like research his thing for his thesis now. And he's, what he's chosen to research is like people with extraordinary abilities, like superheroes and stuff. And the guy, like Victor, the main guy, he keeps sort of hinting at his like a darker nature to his best friend that he like really likes. You know, he's like, ooh, I like when his dark side comes out. And in the flash forward to when he and this kid are in the cemetery, he's like, oh yeah, I gotta send a message to him that I'm out of prison and now I'm coming for him. Woo! Intrigue! I'm gonna use the rest of this extra time that Punk Bikes and their awesomeness has afforded me before I go get my kid, and I'm gonna go get a coffee. Just leisurely, like, just gonna walk there. Oh, I have a flat tire! My kingdom for a neighborhood that isn't. Right. I think I've calmed down a little bit. Had a bit of a chill. Reading this book, still good. Also, I got the flat after I got the kid. Could have been way worse. Could have gotten it before I got her. Also, there was quite a serious rainstorm on my way to get her. It could have broken down then, and then I would have had to walk in the rain. I still have Welsh class tonight, but at least I realized that there was a flat in time. I could warn my husband to leave work early so that he can get back early, so I can leave myself enough time to walk there like a peasant. Also, yeah, I made an arrangement today to leave work early in order to get the bike fixed. Now can't really do it again this week, so I'm gonna have to wait until Friday and then rush home, literally by running, in order to get the bike to take it to Punk Bikes again. And I'll have to not be with the bike for the whole of that time until Friday. But I'm not stressed. Why would I be stressed? Tuesday is the day I need the bike, definitely. And that day is today. And I've had the bike for the most part. And yeah, so we live in a shithole neighborhood where choppers make you think someone was stabbed again, and where there's broken glass all over the place when you ride your bike. Okay? It's no big deal. The thing is, we have a house at all. And we're warm and dry and safe in our house together. Am I smiling yet? Do I look like I'm smiling?
No.
How about now?
No.
Is this a good smile?
No.
Am I doing it yet?
No. That's angry.
I just borrowed this book from my friend. I think it's gonna take me a while. Right, I'm like an hour early. It's 7 o'clock. The sun isn't even up yet. It's the butt crack of dawn. No one is here. It's super creepy. I just went upstairs to get hot water for my coffee, and I think I heard something and scared the absolute crap out of me. Anyway, I'm still in Love Vicious. Like a good quarter of the way through now. Like, I read quite a bit last night. And I am still sort of liking it. So, basically, the two kids in high school are trying to make themselves superheroes, and they have this theory that a near-death experience causes you to get, like, abilities to be a superhero. So then they try to kill each other, and then revive each other. So the first kid, Victor, like the narrator, his attempt with pills didn't really work out. But the second kid, Eli, his best friend, his attempt with like EpiPens or whatever did work, they think, because they thought that nothing worked and they went out to get drunk. And then Eli fell over and like got a huge gash in his hand. And then as he took it out, it like started healing right there. And they're like, oh my god, this has happened. But Victor's like, oh crap, like I gotta go try again because now Eli has powers and I don't. Yeah, so there's a lot more like foreshadowing for like the world to come, like the 10 years later world where like Victor's out of prison and he's like tracking Eli down. He finds like a newspaper article where Eli is like saved the day or whatever, and I guess it's just like he's obsessed with being a superhero now that he has powers or whatever. But anyway, I'm going to drink my coffee. Not very good coffee because I had to borrow almond milk. Because my soy milk has somehow run out and I don't remember that ever happening. It's gonna be a long day, guys.
You're still here.
Okay, so pushing through this. We have now found out how the boys got their superpowers, why Victor went to jail, and also why Victor and Eli hate each other. I love V.E. Schwab. I don't even understand why, particularly, and I don't want to analyze it. I just really like it.
Why she got swing on her castle?
I don't know. I mean, I think she just likes it. She's trying to pull her into this bubble. Look, she says, and you know we're stronger than you. Sandy says, let me go. Look, they're struggling here. The little thing is trying to pull her into the bubble and she's scared. She says, don't hurt me. I'll stay with you.
We're scared.
Because Morphe's a scary monster. Now she's back in school.
Wait, did she have a scary dream?
Maybe. Is that what happened? Do you think it was a dream?
Yeah.
Okay, it looked for a minute like Victor, the narrator kid, was gonna be the villain for a minute, and that Eli, his friend, was actually like a good guy. And like, while I really like the switch, you know, sort of a focus on not everyone is like always good or always bad. Like sometimes people are the good guys and sometimes people are the villains. Like I did really like sort of how she sort of meddled into that bit and pulled out. I was worried that actually Victor was going to be the villain for a while, but he's fixed himself. He has corrected his life. He is back on the tracks, and Eli is bad again. So, thank God. I thought I was going to have to completely rework my life in order to finish this book, but it's okay. I really like the setup that near-death experiences cause the people to come back with abilities, and that whatever ability you have is down to what you were thinking when you last died. And now they're like going through and finding all these other people that have abilities and like sort of learning how they died and why and what they were thinking and what ability they have is really interesting, and I'm really liking that idea. Also, one of the things that Victor does as like a hobby is to like black out words, or like to black out whole sentences in books and like publications and stuff, and leave just like single words behind. It makes like a new kind of poetry, and that is super intriguing for me, and I really want to try it out. So I think I'm gonna give it a go. He apparently does it in like all of his parents' books because they write books, and he does it just in like all other kinds of books, so I could like give it a go in like a magazine. Ooh, girl, we switched narrators. It's no longer Victor telling the story, it's Eli. Love it! Well, this day's starting off weird. Okay, so now I'm like more than halfway through this book. I'm well into part 2, and I'm liking Serena's character more. She's like the girlfriend of Eli in like the present day, and she's someone with special abilities where she can like manipulate minds and make people do things that she wants. And she has a little sister, Sydney, the girl that's like running around with Victor, who's the one that can like raise the dead. Like when she was first introduced to us, I was like, oh, that's so typical. Like authors are always creating these horrible 2D female characters that just go along with everything their boyfriend says, even though it's crazy. When she allowed Eli to shoot at her little sister and she just sort of turned away, whatever. But now we're sort of coming to the beginnings of their relationship and how they got to be together, and she's a bit of a badass. I like her now. Like, it started out with him sort of hunting her down, wanting to kill her, and she knew already, and she just played with him like a cat plays with a mouse. She just like manipulated him, just played with his mind. She's cool now. I think I like her. Right. I have 50 pages left in the book. I'm so close to finishing it, and it's really good and I want to finish it, but like as I was reading the last few pages I was like it's really late. I mean, it's like 1 a.m. Oh my god, I have work tomorrow. That was stupid. At the minute it's about to come to a head. Like midnight is when something's gonna happen. So Victor, in his plan to sort of hunt Eli or whatever, he's like, I'll meet you from midnight. Something's supposed to happen. So he's going about putting his plan into place, and like Eli thinks that he's also putting a plan into place to sort of like defend himself or like get ahead of Victor or whatever. They're just playing mind games and sorting things out. But like the current chapter I'm on is called 75 minutes until midnight, so it's almost upon us. I don't know what it is yet. I can't piece it together. I'm gonna have to finish it tomorrow. Y'all, I'm in the Hocus Pocus Readathon home stretch. I have 37 pages left on the last book of my list. I hope that I can find some way today at work to read it, but doesn't really work that way generally. I have to wait till lunch, or I have to wait until I come home from work. I hope that I don't have to wait till the complete end of work to read the rest of these 37 pages. We'll see how it goes.
Really ass.
Boom, y'all. I have done it.
I think.
Oh, I've disturbed Hank. I'm sorry. No, don't leave. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sit. Sit back. Oh, no. Right, so I finished Vicious. It was really good, and it was the last book on my list for the Hocus Pocus Readathon, which doesn't actually end until Sunday, so I'm ahead of schedule like a badass. In the end, there was like this battle or whatever, like the two villains, like Victor and Eli, were gonna have this like huge like duke it out battle. And I feel like I don't want to tell you exactly what happened because it would definitely make it unreadable for you to know the ending. But I liked the ending, and I do like a happy ending, so I'll leave you with that. Also, there's a dog in the book, and I get a bit weird with books that have dogs in, or like really little kids, because I think, oh dear God, like something bad is gonna happen to the dog or the kid, and like I can't cope. Like it's gonna just completely ruin the story for me. But the dog survived all the way to the end, I will tell you that. So yay! I can now go back to just living my life, reading normal books and not vlogging. And I can go to reading non-Hocus Pocus related books. I think my next one is a novella that's been sitting on my shelf for ages, called Ghost Wall by, I think, Sarah Moss. I think that's going to be the one that I start right after this. Thank you for watching this video. If you've watched the vlogs, the other vlogs I did for the Hocus Pocus Readathon, thank you. If you were doing the Hocus Pocus Readathon, let me know how you did. Did you finish reading all the books that you wanted to? Which ones did you like? Which ones did you not like? Any comments down the bottom discussing would be awesome. Thank you. Bye.